Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. As it's Monday, it's another Mythical Monday, and today we're going to be continuing our journey through Poxus with the Brute Scale Kalizirr. If Saturday morning cartoons fueled your imagination as a kid and powers your action figure collecting now as an adult, then you're in the right place. Thanks for stopping by, and welcome to Saturday Morning Toy Collector. And if you like my content, please consider subscribing. Like I said in the intro, it's another Mythical Monday, but it is a very tired Mythical Monday. And this video will be going up a little late today because all weekend I was at Heroes Con in Charlotte, North Carolina. We drove up Thursday night. It's about a 9-hour drive for us, 8.5-hour drive, depending on how many times we stop. And I worked the con all weekend selling comics, drawing, that sort of stuff. Boy, it was great. The Four Horsemen were there. Savage Crucible was there. Lots of vendors and friends. It's just a wonderful time. It's like a friendly family reunion every time we go. I was shopping for myself and 3 others, so I did a lot of shopping while I was there. Got lots of deals. Got to hang out with a lot of the really, all of the great guys over at the Four Horsemen team and their street team. So shout out to every single person that was there. Purple Gang was there. Ishwar was there. It was a blast, and I picked up a lot of really cool stuff. But we're going to save that for Friday. I'll do a big recap on Heroes Con and everything I picked up, or maybe Greg and I will talk about it this week on our episode of Double Jointed. I hope you guys caught that pre-recorded version that we put up on Saturday because, of course, Saturday morning I was at the con and I wasn't at home to do a live recording with Greg. So today we're going to get into the Brute Scale Kalizirr from Poxus. It's a figure I've been ready and waiting to open up and play with for a while because this guy looks incredible. So without further ado, let's dive right in. All right, taking a closer look at the package here. Man, Kalizirr is just looking so beautiful. You can see all the accessories, most of everything he comes with in the package here in this window. Have the Legion's logo on the front, his Poxus affiliation there on the side, his bio, if you want to pause and read it. Basically, all you need to know is he was a genie that was locked away in an artifact, and he was freed, and he now serves Poxus. Flipping around here on the back, you can see the 2 Ogre Scale figures in this wave and the other Brute Scale. And there's a current little write-up of Mythos. But let's free this genie from his current imprisonment, and let's see what he comes with. Taking a closer look at Kalizirr here, just standing straight up and down right out of the package. And he is looking beautiful. A couple of weeks ago, somebody in the Cabal posed the question. They said, what is your current favorite head sculpt? And I don't remember what I said at the time, but today it is now Kalizirr. This head is incredible. Quite possibly one of my favorite in the entire line. And this color work, the soft goods, all of the new parts and pieces here, the colors, just everything about this figure is beautiful. Taking a closer look at all of his accessories, we do have some nice gesturing hands with some horizontal hinges on them. I love the sculpt. I love the way they look. Here, let me adjust this light a little bit. Put some more light on it. I hope you can see that there is a light blue and a darker blue wash on the hands because, man, it's just looking great. He has these new spell or smoke effects that are kind of like springs, and you can kind of put these on his arms, his wrists, his legs. You can do quite a bit with these things. They're pretty versatile. Here we have the lamp that he was imprisoned in, the artifact, and it is just so beautifully painted. It would have been really nice if there was a way to like plug this into the tip to kind of make it look like maybe the smoke was coming out or curling out of this lamp. I think that would have been really cool. But you can set the lamp inside of it like the smoke is supporting it. You can have Kalizirr holding it in his hand. Maybe you can wrap it around the top. Yeah, I don't know. That doesn't really work. But it's exquisitely sculpted and painted, and it looks beautiful. So many nice little parts and pieces that we're getting. And then we have this amazing sword, one of the coolest weapons to come out of the Mythic Legion's line. It is so durable and robust. And look at this hilt right here. It's got this massive like demon or dragon that the blade is literally coming out of its mouth. That is so sinister. Look at that thing. It's incredible. And that blue handle there on the shaft and the hilt looks great. This is a fantastic weapon. Now, taking a closer look at Kalizirr himself, this head sculpt is just insane. There's so much goodness going on here. You can see not only the colors, but look, there's like all these little dots are like sculpted. They're all raised little dots, and the vein work in his head. You can see this beautiful airbrushing and spray on the top. Just looks incredible. The line work, all these, the ears, the eyebrows. The ears have real holes in them with real metal earrings, which is incredible. The eyebrows are like extra little pieces. The tips of the mustache and the teeth and the ears are all extra pieces. You've got all these little like dragon horns coming out of the back of his head. Man, it's just, there's so much going on with this head sculpt. If I could have a wish here, I would like to go back in time and change my answer to Kalizirr. I think he's got the best looking head sculpt in all of Mythics. Nice range of motion there with that head. You can tilt it all the way back and forward, as you can see. The necklace piece here is a separate piece. Has all these very intricate little details in all of the little rings. It's nice, big, beautiful belt buckle. It has these sculpted blue tassels, which are great. You got all these nice little soft good pieces. This little piece kind of loops into these little hook pieces here and goes under the folds of the armor and then around the back, which you can do with whatever you want. It is wired, so you can pose it there. This bottom piece is just gorgeous. The print and the stitching and that gold trim looks so good. I've got this all bunched up. I really need to like spread this out a little bit. This little piece is soft goods as well, and it's wired. You have this nice, beautiful armor on the feet, and then the feet look great. Man, this thing is just, it's beautiful, like top to bottom. This thing is beautiful. Now, we've kind of looked at the head, but let's look at this ponytail. It's got this little braid bangle on it. It's really hard to see on my camera because of my purple background, but there's a purple spray and a gradient that goes all the way down to blue. The purple background really plays with the magenta tones in my camera, and it kind of gives everything more of a bluish look. But with the arms here, man, that one's in there pretty loose. That just came out with very little tugging. That just came right out. Let's pop that back in. But the arms can go all the way out and hit that T pose. Not a problem. They do lay down to the sides kind of nicely and go all the way around if you need them to. You have a hinge, 90-degree hinge, and a swivel there at the elbow. You have a swivel at the gauntlet, hinge and swivel at the wrist. This is just that 1.0 style body, so you've got that just singular plug right there. He can only bend forward about that far, but look at this. This dude can go all the way back before you have to unpop him. That is just fantastic. Sort of nice little, oh, I got a little smooch right there. Legs can go all the way forward and go all the way out to the side, and they can go back pretty far, which is great. You got that upper thigh cut for some swivel there. You've got a 90-degree, almost 90-degree bend and hinge and swivel right there at the knee. No upper boot cut or anything, but you do have a swivel, a hinge, and a rocker down on those feet for foot articulation. Dude's pretty well articulated for a Mythic Legions. I mean, you know what you're getting into. And this is a brute scale, so it's just kind of sized up from your typical 1.0 style Mythic Legions. You can put the smoke effects like on his wrist like that, kind of have it over the hands, like smoke is emanating from his body, or he's controlling smoke in some way, which looks really cool. And then let's see, what are we going to do on this hand here? Let's maybe put it in the other way. It looks like he's kind of like creating smoke that's like pushing outward, kind of like a smoke punch or something like that. And then when we saw the new renders, not renders, but the new photography by Trevor Williams for the new Ashes of Agbendor wave, you saw how they took as a spirit bender version 2, and they wrapped the smoke effects around her ankles like that. I thought that was pretty neat. That was pretty cool. So you can actually do it with this guy as well, which is really awesome. Look at that. That's really cool. I like how it's like even coming around his hand. That looks really neat. I kind of like the thicker part at the back and then like the thinner part of the smoke coming from the front. But let's get this guy standing straight up and down with some other Mythic Legions figures and see how he scales well with other figures in the line. All right, here we have Kalizirr standing straight up and down, and then we're going to bring in one of his wave mates, Thrace. She looks great, so that's how he stacks up next to her. As a brute, he's going to stand a little bit taller than your standard scale Mythic Legion. So here he is next to Bilbone's Broken Shield. And getting Thrace out of the way, let's bring in an Ogre scale wave mate in as a Hazar. So you can see the different scales there. He's bigger than your 1.0, but definitely smaller than the big guy. So let's get him into some backgrounds and then some lighting and see how this guy poses up. Man, I gotta tell you, this guy is absolutely beautiful. Everything about him is fantastic. The colors, the sculpt, the parts reuse, the soft goods, the printing on the soft goods, the airbrushing, the spray, the paint applications, the weapons that he comes with, the genie lamp, the artifact. It's all exquisite. It's all beautiful. This is just an absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous figure. And you couple that with some of the other special magic effects packs that came in this wave as well, and you can really kit this guy out and have him be a magic user. I know he's an evil guy. I know he's loyal right now to Poxus. But I like this guy so much. Maybe in my headcanon, he's a good guy. And maybe he is, casting some good guy spells, some warding spells or something like that, some protection spells. That's what I think in my headcanon. But he is a race of characters, in Mythic Legions. So maybe we'll see more Djinn in the future. A female Djinn or a 1.0 style male Djinn. Any one of those would be great. I think that'd be fantastic. And maybe we'll see more in the future. But to me, this is a home run. And that head sculpt is just absolutely beautiful. So thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching. I super appreciate it. Again, I apologize for the late review today. It's been a long one, and I'm tired, and I'm ready to take a nap. So please continue to check us out over at Instagram at Saturday Morning Toy Collector. I am your Saturday Morning Toy Collector. I'm your host, Mark, and I will see you in the toy aisles.